From Raabe Stadium in Wauwatosa on an overcast and maybe a little drizzly Saturday evening, we welcome you to People's State Bank coverage of Wisconsin Lutheran College Warriors football, presented by Legacy Insurance Group. And welcome inside the broadcast, everybody. My name is Scott Warris. He is the newly christened Warriors Hall of Fame football coach, Dennis Miller. And tonight, under the lights, it's Homecoming 2025. It's a rivalry matchup between the Warriors and the Concordia, Wisconsin Falcons. Coach, these two programs, when you started out, decided to play every year. And since 2000, you pretty much have. This is as big a rivalry as the Warriors have. It's a trophy game. They call it the Lutheran Bowl, and the Luther Cup trophy is on the line. Warriors won it last year in a really great finale of 2024.
This has been just a great rivalry. You know, first of all, you talk proximity. We're very close to each other. Always makes me think of Duke and North Carolina, that kind of a game. It matters relative to recruiting, and the kids just bring a little extra to the table when they play this game.
As a coach, do you have to play the rivalry card, or does everybody pretty much know, even the freshmen who haven't played in the game yet, do they pretty much know, okay, it's CUW, it's WLC, we get it?
This is one of those games that you don't have to do anything extra to get kids prepared. They're ready to play. They're excited to play. You know, as a coach, sometimes you would put marks around certain games. This is always one of the marks around a game because it's impactful. Plus, it's the first conference game of the year, under the lights, homecoming. I mean, this has got it all.
Well, we are going to see a new starting quarterback for the Warriors here in Game 3 as the veteran, the co-captain, Nate Griffith, will be the starting QB for Treske and company. And, Coach, talk about what went into that change and, most importantly, what the Warriors hope Griff brings to the table.
Well, I think what went into the change is Quincy Reams is an outstanding young freshman quarterback. But when you start playing college football, things start to move pretty fast. And as you develop your offense more, you got more things to think about. And I think it was just, time to maybe let's try Nate. Nate has some great experience. He's not coming in as an unproven commodity. He's had a lot of good experience, and I think the players are really excited to see what he can do.
Yeah, make no mistake about it. Matt Griffith was a starting quarterback for this program in his freshman year of 2022. The irony or coincidence, I can never tell the two terms apart, Coach, is that in 2022 he's playing really well. He got hurt against these CUW Falcons, and that kind of changed the trajectory. So we'll see what the veteran, the leader, has at the Q position. Other side of the ball, let's talk about Sam Elke. A really interesting story, Coach. He's a sophomore, but a first-year Warrior. Led the team in tackles from his safety position with 13 of them last week in the loss at Buena Vista.
Yeah, and first of all, that's an amazing number of tackles, 13 tackles. When you watch him, he just has great instinct. He's like a rebounder that knows where the ball's going to land. He gets there and ready to make a play. It's been fun to watch him, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, it's an interesting backstory, and we'll get into it as we roll through this broadcast. Coach, last thing for you. Warriors are 0-2. I mean, this is a hungry team, and you already kind of alluded to it. It's a bit of a fresh start because it's the first NAC game of the season.
It is. It's a fresh start, and I think, and again, I put my coaching lenses on, I think it's going to be important for us to get out to a good start. We may not have to have an early lead or anything else, but we need to just get our feet on the ground and start playing well early, because I think that momentum will build and we'll get rolling.
They'll play it under the lights. Warriors, you can see they got the dark black uniforms on. It'll be a good atmosphere here. Hopefully the rain holds off. Stick with us. Pregame show continues in just a couple of moments on My 24.
This isn't just another college.
If you are looking for a university where the professors care about you, you can meet friends who have the same values as you, and you're going to be in a super fun area with a ton of student activities and fun stuff to do, then you want to go to WLC.
This is a place where you'll engage in Christ-centered academics and student life experiences that activate your potential.
Learning here at WLC is incredibly hands-on learning. You get a bunch of different experiences.
You can really balance academics with athletics or fine arts or any extracurriculars.
I don't think a single student here graduates without thinking that they are a Christian leader. You get everything when you come here. You get a wonderful community of people, and you get endless opportunities.
WLC initially was just a college for me, but now it's a home.
Your greatest adventure starts here. Visit wlc.edu/purpose to learn more.
Back live at Raabe Stadium as our pregame programming continues. And it is homecoming, 2025 edition of Homecoming. There is no better guest to have on Homecoming than the person who has been at the head of the Alumni Relations Department for a long time, Lisa Leffel. Lisa, thanks. I know a lot of work goes into tonight and all the festivities around it. Take us into Homecoming 2025. Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I think the greatest thing about Homecoming is bringing back all of our football alum. We do a lot of our alumni events based on the sports that they played because more than half of our graduates have played some kind of sport here at WLC. So we are actually partnering this year with our students. So it's really cool because we're mingling the students and the alums in our tailgate here tonight. So.
Talk about the way, if you could, that maybe Coach Treske and the staff and the program as a whole really rallies around this. I know it's a big event at every school, but it's special here for WLC, I know.
Yeah, I mean, if you could pan the camera behind you, you'll see a wide array of football alums there. They're actually just about to start praying before the game, and so they're just as much a part of this team as they were when they played.
You know, one of the things that we have talked about already with this football team is what I will call the geographical diversity of this roster. I think it's like 25 or 26 states represented. And big picture, throughout athletics and throughout Wisconsin Lutheran College, that's kind of indicative of, well, the alumni base that you get to work with on a weekly basis.
Yeah, we have well over 5,000 alums of the college, but here's the crazy part. We love Wisconsin. We end up staying here. So about 4,000 of our alums are right here in Wisconsin after they graduate.
What do you hear in terms of feedback from the alums of WLC? Because as this college has grown, more and more are included in events. Like, what's the feedback you get?
They love coming back. They love being a part of this atmosphere. And the greatest part is that we now have second and third generations of our alums here. So our alums have their kids coming and their grandkids coming to WLC, which is awesome.
Yeah, here on the football team, you've got the first father-son combo. Matt Meitner, a great Warriors fan and supporter of our broadcast, and his son's on that team. It's amazing. You and I have both been around here for a long time now to see the evolution of this program and the evolution of the alumni base.
Absolutely, yeah. It's really neat, and we have this mantra of warriors helping warriors, and that's something that's really important to us, that we were all in their place as students at one point, and we know what it's like, and we've gotten out there in the world, and so we're all about opening doors for our students. So I actually just was in a capstone class for our School of Business earlier this week, and I'm there to help them open doors and connect them with alums that are out there doing great things.
Yeah, I mean, look, we should mention we're here at a football game. We're talking Warriors athletics, but the events that you have upcoming span athletics, not athletics, everybody. You've got something for everybody.
Yeah, I think that the really great thing is that a lot of high schools do things based on their class that they graduated with. Here at WLC, we do our reunions kind of based on what activities they were involved in, whether they were in choir or band or if they were in some kind of sport. We are actually doing some around their actual degrees as well. So we are bringing our science alums back for an event. I mean, it's just kind of a fun atmosphere of how we bring people together.
What else is on the radar? I mean, short-term, long-term, what gets you excited when you come to work every day, and what's on the calendar?
Yeah, I think that we have a lot of great events, on the docket. I think one of the cool things that I just did was we just had our class of 1975 back. So they are our first real graduated class. We had a class of one in 1974, but our 1975 class had 15 students in it, and they were telling me the stories about the college. And I just want this is one great fact for everybody. This green and white that we're wearing almost wasn't I found out that the class of 95 actually was the ones who voted on the school colors. They picked the green and white, and they picked the Warriors as our mascot. We could have been purple and gold and the Kingsmen. So here we are, Wisconsin Lutheran College Warriors, because of the class of 1975.
And not the WLC Kingsmen getting ready to take on the Falcons.
Correct.
A lot of alumni in the area, like we talked about. Watch these broadcasts on WLCsports.com. The great folks at My24 now, these telecasts and beyond, right? We can reach everywhere. If people want to reach out to you, maybe they're interested in some of these events, interested in maybe starting something with members of their alumni base, how do they get in touch with you? What's the best way to stay in touch?
Yeah, I mean, obviously email, give me a call in the office, any of those things matter, but social media is also really big. Like, our social media pages are a great platform to stay connected with WLC. We post every day.
All right, there you have it. She's busy today, and most every day for that matter, as the Warriors celebrate Homecoming 2025. Lisa Leffel, Director of Alumni Relations. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
All the best. She has promised the rain is going to stay off for the rest of the night and thus allow the tailgating to continue. We will continue after this timeout. My pregame conversation with the head coach himself, Eric Treske, comes your way after this break. Stick with us.
We celebrate the athletes, the buzzer beaters, the record breakers, the wins. Now, it's time to celebrate the people behind it all. The advice givers, the community shapers, the game changers, the life changers. It's time to celebrate our coaches. Join all of us at BSN Sports and show your coach some love by sharing their story with #ThankYouCoach.
Hey, grab me one too.
Here's your food. Thank you. Your food's right here. Have a nice day.
Thanks, you too.
Food's here.
Food's here.
Finally. Best pizza. Food's here. We're here. Quick Trip.
Pre-game show continues. A little rainy, at least as we tape right now here at Raabe Stadium. Scott Warris and the head coach, Eric Treske. And, Coach, before we get into this big matchup with the rivals, the Concordia Falcons, you and I were talking this week in your office, and at 0-2, things don't always feel as bad as they really are, and they're not always maybe as great as they may feel other times as well. It was a good week to maybe just kind of level things off and assess the situation.
Yeah, you got to let film really to tell you the truth, because a lot of times the scoreboard can lie to you a little bit. We've been really close, and close obviously doesn't count. You got to make plays, you got to execute, but I think it was good for us on Monday to see like where we're at as a program, the steps that we need to take. I'm really pleased with the focus that we had throughout the week in practice, the leadership of our upperclassmen, and hopefully it carries into tonight's game.
Well, one of those leaders, one of those captains, one of those veterans, Nate Griffith, will be your starting quarterback here. Talk about what went into that decision, and most importantly, what do you hope Nate gives you here against the Falcons?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest strength to Nate's game is he's a very cerebral player, very sharp, understands the game, understands what we're asking of him. I think Coach Eder does a nice job defensively, and presents some different looks. And, we were looking at kind of our performance the last 2 weeks, and we struggle a little bit at the quarterback position to see some of the things that you need to be successful. So while I'm really pleased with where Quincy's at as a freshman, I feel like for this game at least and moving forward, we're going to give Nate the opportunity to show what he's capable of.
And he has had opportunities before. I mean, you look at his timeline of his Warriors career, go back to his freshman year in 2022. He's playing really well until a game against Concordia, Wisconsin got banged up. But he's been ready, and tonight he'll get the call. It's not as if he's coming in truly cold for an entire career.
Yeah, he's definitely played and had success for us, both as a starter and even coming into a game 2 years ago played Concordia, Chicago, had an injury to our starting quarterback, and he came in and he sealed the game for us. So we were really comfortable with him as a leader, as a decision maker, as a guy that's going to lead the offense. And honestly, I tell all our quarterbacks we have enough good skill players. Like you just need to be a distributor. You got to let those guys make you look good.
Mm-hmm. Running back Carson Kohler slowly working his way back from injury. We didn't see him when we were here for the opener a couple of weeks ago. What is the state of Carson here tonight? I know he's such a weapon when he's available to you every which way.
He really is. He was healthy for us last week, which was good. And we probably should have gotten him more involved. I think we were a little bit timid as to how much we want to get him involved with the injury, obviously. And he's had a great week of practice. He factors into the game plan quite a bit this week, and don't be surprised if you see him and Liam in together at times to try to take advantage of both their skill sets.
How do they complement each other, especially now in their sophomore seasons, where I know Liam Hygis has expanded his repertoire a little bit?
Yeah, you want to be able to say like it's a thunder and lightning situation, but they're both pretty physical. They're both pretty shifty. I think Carson's very good in space. Our goal with him is always if we can get Carson, into open space, we think good things are going to happen. The kick return last week was evidence of that. So that's the goal for him, and we feel good about Liam in the box and outside. So that they complement each other well, and then you add in what you see from Jamil and all those guys. We have a really good group, and I just got to do a better job getting them the rock. So.
It's not an easy task on your part, that's for sure. Defensively, banged up front. Some guys are going to get some opportunities here to make a name for themselves and start making a name for themselves. Do you feel like maybe you found something last week at Buena Vista? Early 17 points allowed, but 7 straight scoreless drives coming into the CUW game.
Yeah, we saw some continuity, I think, on the back end. When you look at our linebacking core, our DB group, you start to see the fruit of them playing together, communicating together. Early on, we had some missed assignments just because of lack of communication and learning how to fit one another's game. So I'm excited about where they're at. I think a big key to tonight, especially if the weather does play a factor, will be the run game. And so it'll be a good test for us to see how well we fit it. But there's no group on the defense I trust more than that linebacking group and our pair of senior safeties.
You mentioned the weather, maybe on and off showers as we go through this game. You guys have had no precipitation to deal with through the first couple weeks. Is that a major factor? You're the play caller, special teams, or is that something that we in the media just like to talk about all the time?
Weather is a factor. It's the environment you play in. I think the biggest thing is understanding that both teams play in it, right? And one of our core values is learning how to handle adversity. Life is going to throw a lot at you. Scripture says, in this world you will have trouble. I would say that's true on the football field too. You're going to have hard moments sometimes, but that's where you have to learn to come together. You have to game plan. You got to communicate. You got to, one message, and I won't be long-winded, but one message we've sent to the team is no matter what your role, it makes a big difference. The guys that maybe aren't playing as much on Saturday play a huge role in our preparation, but also on game day, helping our guys stay level, staying true to who they are.
All right, less than 30 seconds left. I have to ask you about CUW Falcons, Luther Cup, Lutheran Bowl, homecoming. Got a lot of great storylines there.
So many storylines. Just a great rivalry. Ever since I've been here, Concordia has always been a good matchup with us, and I have no doubt there's going to be a lot of emotion tonight. That'll be a key to the game, is who can channel that emotion in the right direction. There's going to be a lot of highs and lows, so who can weather those storms, pun intended, and then also just really seeing who can stay together in the midst of those moments.
All right. Coach, appreciate it as always. Best of skill, the rivalry game. Kickoff comes your way in a couple of moments. Stick with us.
The world is changing in powerful ways. You deserve an education that helps you meet the moment. Wisconsin Lutheran College. An academic and faith experience embedded in a close-knit community that activates your potential. Preparing you for life's critical moments so you can step into your unique purpose as a bold Christian leader. Take the first step at wlc.edu/purpose.
comes to electrical work for your home, don't settle for fine. You deserve the best with Best Electric. From replacing an outlet to large-scale renovations and everything in between, there's no job too big or too small. And Best Electric offers upfront estimates and financing options. We're a family business that's been taking care of your family for over 50 years. Mention this ad and receive a complimentary electrical safety inspection with any service call. So don't settle for fine. Connect with the best. Best Electric.
That conversation that I had with Eric Treske was under a tent, as you saw, because there have been intermittent showers passing through. Right now, it does not appear to be raining, but I would be shocked if we don't see a little precipitation work its way through this area, and hopefully nothing more than that. There have been a number of college games in southeastern Wisconsin that have been plagued with lightning delays and whatnot, and hopefully I haven't just spoken it into reality. The Hall of Famer Dennis Miller joins me. Coach, I want to go back as fans file into historic Raabe Stadium here and just talk a little bit about this matchup, this rivalry. The first year of Warriors football with games played was 2000, and CUW has been on the schedule every year since.
You bet. And when we started the program back in 2000, this was a natural game to play. It was, it was a close, nearby competitor. They were a very good football program. They were in the playoffs shortly after we started playing them. Jeff Gabrielson was the head football coach. They just had really a fine program. And we just felt that regarding recruiting and regarding fan interest and everything else, this is one we need to play. And it has developed into just a tremendous rivalry. I mean, I think it brings the best out of both of us. Both teams want to beat the other, and since they added the Luther Cup and so on, it even adds a little bit more to it.
So the only year that this rivalry game was not played was 2001, and that is because this particular game fell on the Saturday following the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attacks. It was canceled. Otherwise, every year since 2000, it has been played. The all-time series is in favor of CUW, 16-8. And as Dennis mentioned, in 2008, they said this is such a good rivalry. Let's call it the Lutheran Bowl. Let's play for a trophy. And they play for the Luther Cup. So this will be the 18th Lutheran Bowl, with CUW leading it 9-8. So the Warriors trying to tie the all-time Lutheran Bowl sub-series, as it were. Warriors had a big win last year. That's why that trophy right there, that Luther Cup, is on the Warriors sideline. They won it last year. It was the season finale, 27-17, to claim the cup. The celebration ensued. And we should point out, one of the big storylines here is that in the last week, 10 days, Concordia, Wisconsin announced that they will be leaving the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. They're going to go to the CCIW not until 27-28. So this will be the second to last meeting as conference rivals. Next year it'll be in Mequon. So this is the last time that the Warriors fan base will see the Falcons at Raabe Stadium. Fast forward, after next fall, it's going to have to be a non-conference matchup, and that's easier said than done. So what am I trying to say? Long story short, not sure how many Falcons-Warriors matchups we're going to see after next season, which only adds to the importance of the rivalry, I would say.
It does. And, in college football last week, there was a great rivalry game that had been renewed last week, Kansas-Missouri, that they hadn't played for a long time, and they used to be rivals. We're hoping that we can get this back after they join the other conference.
These broadcasts on My24 and at WLCSports.com could not happen without a number of our great sponsors that have jumped on board here this season to help us bring you the pictures on your computer screen, on your television screen, and we appreciate all of them for doing their part. We'll step aside, and kickoff comes your way in just a couple of moments right here on My24.
My journey into real estate started with a simple desire to help others. At the Enlightened Realty Group, our team's more than just a collection of agents. It's a family of dedicated professionals, committed to making a meaningful impact on our clients. To us, this business is about changing lives. When we look back on our life, we won't smile on the money we made, but rather the lives we changed along the way. Give us a call or follow us on social media today. We look forward to talking with you.
Drive, discipline, passion, determination, focus, sacrifice, effort. The years on the football field have given me more than just wins. They've taught me values that are now at the heart of Legacy Insurance Group. At Legacy Insurance, dedication, hard work, and honor become real protection for families and businesses across Wisconsin. Legacy Insurance Group, driven to protect your future.
When you bank with People's State Bank, you're never alone when it comes to your finances. In fact, in a recent survey, customers said our bankers were helpful, flexible, and willing to work with their situation more than any other response. So if you're going it alone with your bank, we invite you to join our community and experience what it's like with People's State Bank on your side. Visit us at bankpeoples.com.
Back at historic Raabe Stadium with our national anthem in the books. And this is People's State Bank coverage of Wisconsin Lutheran College Warriors football presented by Legacy Insurance Group with a tip of the cap to those great folks right there, including Auto Owners Insurance, Best Electric Service, Dunn Sporting Goods, Sit Mean Sit Dog Training, Today's Dentistry, Clear Hits Radio, Enlightened Realty Group, the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference, and Sonesta Milwaukee West, Wauwatosa. Let's check in with our sideline reporter for the first time tonight. Here's Wayne Chevy.
Scott and Coach, we talked this week with Coach Treske. The Warriors have been playing from a deficit for the first two games. They're looking to come out fast, and you would think that everything is out there in front of them as far as being charged up to get it going. We're under the lights here on homecoming. We have the rivalry game, the Lutheran Cup, first NAC game. It should be an exciting game. There are a few friends out on this field, but today it's one-on-one. The Warriors are going to try to prove their strength and take this one home. Guys, back to you.
All right, Wayne, thank you so much, and we look forward to your reports all night long. Pat Miles, the referee, coin toss.
It's heads. You won the toss. You're going to first half. Wisconsin Lutheran won. They chose to defer. You want the football? Which way do you want to kick? Put your back to the goalie to defend. First half, Wisconsin Lutheran won the toss. Deferred. Concordia will receive opposite scoreboard. Gentlemen, shake hands. Let's play some football.
All right, there you have it. One of the veterans in Division III collegiate officiating, Pat Miles. Warriors win the toss, defer to the second half. And so we will see the defense out there for the first time. And a Wisconsin Lutheran College defense that in game number 1 this year gave up 41 here at home a couple of weeks ago to St. Scholastica. The Warriors are 0-2. Lost last week at Buena Vista 17-6, but it's worth pointing out those 17 points that the Warriors allowed to the Beavers were early. In fact, the first 3 drives got them 17. The Warriors shut them out from the late second quarter on, and hopefully that carries over here tonight.
Exactly. They gave up some early stuff, made some really nice corrections, and played really stellar football the rest of the way. So hopefully they can capitalize on that, bring that into this game, and really get a good start. We're going to find out here pretty soon.
Time for our first kickoff of the night. All kickoffs are sponsored by Dunn Sporting Goods, 43 years of creating outstanding apparel. Warriors in the black. First time we've seen the solid black uniforms with the white numerals. And for Wisconsin Lutheran, Devin Lair, the freshman, will handle the place kicking duties here. 25th meeting ever between these two conference rivals. Weather has subsided for now. Ominous clouds surrounding us. We can play through rain, and we're underway. End over end kick. It's going to be Nick Crowell. And instead, he sees it go through the end zone. And so the Concordia offense, the Falcons are 1-1 on the season, 27-8. They beat Thiel College in Pennsylvania 2 weeks ago, lost 34-7 last week at Calvin. Here's the starting lineups. People's State Bank brings it to us. Roman Funk is the quarterback. Ashar Thomas is in the backfield, and he has had some big games against the Warriors. Not last year. He was injury-riddled a season ago, but his reputation against the Warriors is pretty solid, and the Warriors will try to bottle him up. Early chance for the Warrior defense to rise up. Bouncing it to the left side is the aforementioned Thomas.
You know, the defense has been, excuse me, Scott, the defense has been banged up a little bit, especially on the D-line. That first play of the game, they had two defensive linemen that they're kind of playing with, so we'll see how that develops as it goes along.
There's the People's State Bank starting defense. They've been banged up on the front, so you go Pereira, Amaya, and Anthony Hill Jr. so far here. On that front line, and that front line rises up pretty strong that time. That was Nathan Nevad, the linebacker from Merritt Island, Florida. He's one of the best they have.
You know, he's just so steady. We've seen him now for the beginning of the third week, and that's kind of how he plays. He's just a steady football player. They ran the zone read that time, and he was clearly ready for it.
Big third down here, early. 3rd down and 8. Ashar Thomas in there at tailback. Roman Funk is the quarterback, and he'll look to throw for the first time today. And a shot to the 30, well shy of the first down. Nick Crowell, the wide receiver that made the catch. It's 4th down and about 5.
And a great defensive play. He sent 2 linebackers on that, forcing the quarterback to get a quick throw to the sideline, and we were all over that. That's just a great way to start this football game defensively.
Malik Gordon was the man who was all over it, so the Warriors defense with a 3-and-out. Boy, that is good to see. Connor Martin is back, the dangerous return man for the Warriors. Max Machonsky is the punter, and he gets a spiral off. Connor's going to let it hit at the 35. And now roll inside the 30. Warriors offense will begin at about the 29-yard line for Wisconsin Lutheran College. Again, the big storyline on offense is that the freshman quarterback Quincy Reams, who started the first 2 games of the season, has been replaced by the senior now. Nate Griffith will be the starter, completing 1 pass so far on the young season, but he has had multiple starts, including that freshman year of 22. Started 4 games that year for the Warriors before getting hurt against the Falcons. Hygis the tailback, and Griff puts it in the belly of Liam Hygis, and he's taken under out across the 30 near the 32-yard line. Khalil Hargrove Collins on the stop. Dennis, this is a Warrior rushing game that is averaging about 190 on the ground, and they'll have to go up against that People's State Bank CUW starting D.
You bet, especially their nose guard. He's a special player. Sellers, he's a complete football player.
Number 96 is Sellers. He's the one to watch. Here's Carson Kohler on a catch, trying to get him acclimated into this offense. Another tackle for Max Machonsky. Another weapon, and healthy now.
And makes such a difference. That was a very well-placed ball. It came out maybe a little slow. Not sure if it was just didn't catch it right away real well, but it was a very well-placed ball for him.
Well, Eric Treske told us in our pregame conversation, want to use Liam Hygis and Carson Kohler in different ways. The fact that they're sophomores now, experienced, they got a little more in their weaponry, he can do it. 3rd and 9. Griffith to throw, looking for Jameel Gordon, and he overshot him, and the Warriors will be 3-and-out and forced to punt. Coverage on the play coming from Devin Glowicki.
despite the fact that that was an incomplete pass, a really nice way to get this game going with the idea that we are going to look downfield here on some of our throws, because I'm sure they're geared up to stop Liam Hygis.
Nick Kroll is back for CUW. Jason Leonard back to receive the punt as well. Drew Mears gets it away, and it's Kroll. Close to a 10-yard return for the Concordia Falcons. So we saw both offenses go 3 and out thus far.
Yeah, both defenses kind of rose up on that first series of the game. We'll see who breaks serve first.
Concordia Falcons still waiting to play their first home game of the season in Mequon. They have played now 3 games, and all of them have been on the road in 3 different states. Pennsylvania, Michigan, and they're getting closer to home.
2 long trips, yes.
They're getting closer. Man in motion is Pierre. And they'll put it on the ground. You know, the thing you notice, Dennis, with CUW, 90 yards on the ground so far through their first 2 games. Sam Elke gets his first tackle of the night. They have not been all that potent on the ground so far.
No, that's not impressive at all, but that was a nice run and a physical run as well.
It came from Jacob Pugh, the junior out of Atlanta. He is the backup to Ashar Thomas. He got 6. Second drive for the Falcons as Bradley goes in motion. Setting up 3 targets on the top of your screen. It's going to be given to Pugh again. He's strung out and going nowhere. Nathan Nevad, good lateral speed to take him down. He may have lost a yard or so.
And that right there is a play that we've made great improvement since the first game. We had a little bit of a problem on the edge in the first game, and we definitely handled it here with Nevad scraping to the outside and making a great play.
Third down, Warriors defense stopped the Falcons on their prior third down attempt, trying for back-to-back 3 and outs. In the opening 5 minutes of the opening quarter, Funk throws downfield, and it's going to be intercepted by Connor Martin. That is the first interception for Martin and the Warriors this year. A takeaway, and Wisconsin Lutheran will take over at their own 31-yard line. Martin had more of those than anybody on the team last year.
Yeah, and they were playing cover 1. They sent 2 linebackers. He's a free safety. He can go wherever he needs to go, and he last year did that same thing multiple times. He's like a great center fielder.
So, second drive for Wisconsin Lutheran after they went 3 and out. Martin had 5 picks a season ago. Hygis, the carry. We talk about the turnover bug, and you are, Dennis Miller, a big believer in those things can come in bunches. Well, maybe that's the first of a bunch.
Right, we talked about it off air, but we haven't had any air many this year, but once we get the first one, they are kind of contagious.
I just picked up 4. Warriors' second possession. Nate Griffith connects on his first pass attempt of the night to Jameel Gordon. Setting up third down and manageable here with Hargrove Collins bringing him down.
And that throw, he got out in a hurry. That ball went out in a hurry, well placed. Didn't have to worry about, setting his feet and going back and catch it. It was just well done.
This formation here, you see Griffith at quarterback, and then you have Hygis and Kohler split to either side of him. We have not seen a lot of that in 2024. We're going to see plenty of it this year and maybe even tonight as the sophomore Kohler looking to bounce it to the edge, forcing his way with forward progress to pick up the first down. The first down conversion of the night for the Warriors. Every first down is sponsored by Best Electric Service, located on 76th Street in West Dallas. Give them a call at 414-409-0251.
That was a nice outside lead draw. We're looking at a little bit new formation here on the left. Kind of a bunch formation that we haven't seen this year yet.
Amac, Kohler, and Gordon was the cluster, with Hygis getting the carry. What might we expect from a play calling perspective with Griff that we maybe didn't see with a freshman quarterback in Quincy Reeves? What should we expect?
I think you're going to see a little bit more downfield throws. I think Griff is really in tune to coverages and what he's seeing. Like how, for instance, how do they defend that bunch? How many do they have over? Does it look like man zone? I think he's going to take advantage of that.
Now resetting things here. Play clock down to 2. It's snapped at 1. And Griffith keeps it himself for the first time of the game and gets to the 45-yard line for a gain of 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, and I think that was not done correctly.
Little broken play.
Yeah, that was a broken play. Still got some yardage on it.
Which speaks to the experience, the calm nature of a senior quarterback,
right,
that even when things break down, let's see if I can get something positive.
Exactly.
So 3rd down for the Warriors, 3rd and 7, and our first penalty of this one. And we'll hear from Pat Miles for the very first time.
Prior to the snap, false start, snap infraction, number 58, 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Penalty coming on the Warriors center, Kevin Trevino.
Oh, yeah.
Little hitch in the giddy-up.
Yeah, a little got on the wrong snap count. Tried to hide. It's hard to hide right in the middle.
So it's 3rd down and 12. Warriors are 1 out of 2. 3rd downs early going. Pitch, Amac overshot him.
What a nice play, though. That was kind of a clear-out play. If we see it here on replay, the 3 receivers on the left went downfield. Tight end goes underneath on a drag route. Really a nice play, nice concept. Probably hurried it a little bit.
That thing's a little lower, and Amac hangs on. He might have something there. Run after catch. So Mears to punt. First one went for 41. Look at this tight spiral. My goodness, Mears is a good one.
Yeah, and high. That was great.
Kroll forced to signal for the fair catch. Let's check in with Wayne Chevy. Rev?
Well, we've talked about how decimated the defensive line is on that last series after they came off the field. Defensive lineman Bryce Brooks, number 91, went into the tent getting it checked out. It's a tough blow because obviously we're thin up front. We're going to see how the Warriors handle it here.
It is amazing. We were together 2 weeks ago for our first broadcast, first home game. It's amazing how that defensive front has changed due to injury, a couple of other reasons as well. Got to be ready, though. That's the game.
Couple weeks ago, we felt like we were loaded in those positions, and right now we're battling.
Which makes the role of the linebacking core and the secondary all that more important. Thomas in the backfield. The toss and Kroll the catch. Martin with the hit, short gain for Concordia, Wisconsin. Let's talk a little bit about Roman Funk, the starting quarterback, as we see him connect with one of his favorite targets. That is the 13th catch of the year for Nick Kroll to lead the team.
He's throwing at almost 68%.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
3 touchdowns, only 1 interception. Puts it in the belly of Ashar Thomas.
Really pleased with the fact that we're not being moved. Line of scrimmage is not being won by Concordia at this point in time. We're pretty stout on the defensive line, and again, based on the earlier comments with injuries, that's a good sign.
So 3rd down. Falcons are 0 for 2. Warriors have forced 2 3 and outs, looking for a third here in this opening quarter. We're rolling right along. Funk kept it himself and now picks up the first Falcons first down of the night with a big run.
really a well-done play. That's zone read. He's reading the end man on the line of scrimmage, and if he comes down, and you'll see right here, 90, I couldn't catch the number, but he came down. It was a clear read for the quarterback, and he took it off. Nathan Prail.
Best electric first down for the Falcons. 5:18 to go in the first quarter. And on a little bit of an end around here. Cameron Pierre, the wide receiver, strung out.
Looks like tackled the helmet.
Martin got the tackle here.
Number 80 for Concordia. Let's go out of game for one play due to his helmet coming off.
So there you heard it. The ball carrier, Pierre, helmet comes off. He's to the sidelines. He'll have to get the helmet back on, maybe try to work out. He got swarmed under. He's going to have to collect himself a little bit too, so not the worst thing maybe for him. Second down. Funk keeps rolling, throws back against his body, able to find his man. That's Jake Lee, the sophomore tight end out of Claremont, Florida. Connor Martin is racking up the tackles. Martin's already got a pick and a tackle here.
Yeah, you don't necessarily want your free safety to be getting the most tackles, but that was a good play.
Well, 3rd and 2. Funk rushed for 15 yards to pick up a first down a few moments ago. Pugh in at tailback. And Funk rainbowing near sideline with contact. I don't see a penalty flag out there. He was looking for Mason Knipple. Nathan Nevad in coverage, and there is no penalty flag. It's 4th down, decision time for the veteran coach Greg Etter.
And there's no way this is a penalty. That's just a well-played ball. But that was a run blitz. So even though it was definitely, they're going for it here. Okay.
4th down and 2. Concordia, 2 out of 8 on 4th downs on the season. Ashar Thomas in the backfield. 5 on the play clock here. High snap, and now they'll punt it away. The quarterback punted it away, and Connor Martin maybe anticipating back there at his 25-yard line. You'll see that from time to time. Warriors have seen that in years past with Bryce Barbie in a couple times. They're a former starting quarterback.
Big play out of Connor Martin. If he doesn't catch that ball, it's rolling down to the 10 or the 5-yard line. That was a big play.
So Nate Griffith, 2 out of 4 here in the early going. I just 3 runs, 7 yards. Scoreless opening quarter, under the lights. Hyges. That is a tough half a yard for Hyges.
And I think one of the things you're probably going to see with Griffith is he probably is it's going to have to be a very clear read for him to pull it, because his desire is not necessarily to run the ball, where maybe Quincy Reams' desire was to run the ball a little bit.
You could see in that shot a moment ago that the rain is starting to fall again. Not shocking. Rain pretty much throughout the pregame. Hyges as a receiver. Going to set up 3rd down and manageable, if not altogether short. Tackled by Teddy Beckner.
And when Liam Hyges exited the backfield, nobody in Concordia moved. They didn't move any defenders over at all, which was the read that Griffith was looking for to say, I need to get the ball out to him because he got one-on-one blocking on the edge.
Knee went down a little further back than I thought I saw from our vantage point here. So it is 3rd down and 5. 3rd and 5 for the Warriors, 1 out of 3 in these situations. And Griffith. And it's Hyges to the right side this time. And he'll come up short here by maybe 1.5 yards or so. Decision time now for Treske. The offense is still out there. Max Machonsky made sure that he was stopped shy of the sticks.
Nice little one-man screen out there. Got some yards. There's always an opportunity he can pop it on that, but that was well played by by Concordia.
And out comes Drew Mears to punt. And back goes Nick Kroll to receive. We may set a record for total possessions in this game at this rate.
Boy, no kidding.
And another beauty by Mears. And Kroll from inside his own 15. And he'll make the fair catch. They'll give him the 15-yard line. Boy, the weapon that is Drew Mears. It's a special one.
That's exactly the word that was on my mind. He is a weapon. A number of years ago, we played Hope College. And if we had the luxury at some points of stopping them and forcing them to punt, they change the field position every single time. And Mears is in that same ilk at this point in time.
Falcons have had 3 possessions. This is the fourth one already. Funk brings it down. It's Thomas. And Ashar Thomas, he's a veteran. He mentioned last year he played only 1 game a season ago. He's a 6th-year graduate student now after losing last year with the injury.
Say, pay attention to this snapping as the game goes along. He's had to jump a few times to get the snap, and we'll see what happens.
And with the rain continuing to fall, you can play into that operation as well. Funk across the middle. Connects. Near a first down. They'll give it to him on a gain of 10. They'll move the sticks here as we approach 1 minute to go in this opening quarter, this incredibly fast-moving opening quarter. It's a good target, Jason Leonard.
Nice player, really a nice player.
Funk keeps it himself. Had a 15-yard carry earlier in this quarter. Here he's taken down after a gain of about 4. Layson Handwork, one of the Warriors' strongest tacklers, and the spotlight interview at halftime. Stick around at halftime. We'll talk to Layson. 2nd and 5 upcoming for Concordia. They continue to alternate running backs. This is Jacob Pugh in the backfield now. And they fake the handoff. They go across the middle, and it's incomplete. Again, he was looking for Jason Leonard, and Vinton Martin disrupted to knock it out.
Yeah, Vinton is he's really becoming an outstanding boundary corner. He's all over things on the boundary and inside like that play.
One for 4, the Falcons here on 3rd down. 11 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Toss out of the backfield, and Pugh dropped the football. And Wisconsin Lutheran's defense has put CUW in another punting situation, and here comes that unit.
This is the kind of start that we were talking about defensively that we wanted to have. Right now, they are playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of momentum, a lot of enthusiasm. We hope to see that carry on throughout the game.
Go back to last week. That is now 11 consecutive possessions where the Warrior defense has not allowed a point. And a low kick, Connor Martin signals fair catch, and Wisconsin Lutheran's going to have decent field position.
Those are the hidden yards. You know, if you don't see the game or anything, and you don't recognize the significance of Connor Martin catching that low line drive punt, because if he doesn't, that's bouncing a long ways, and the field position is completely different.
Ball spotted at the 40-yard line. First and 10 Warriors.
Warriors' 4th possession, and will be the final snap of this opening quarter. 8 combined possessions.
That's really something. First quarter.
First quarter.
Wow.
Hygis on a carry will take us to the break. with the tackle coming by Ben Birch. And so, like two heavyweights just feeling themselves out in the ring after 1 quarter of play in this rivalry matchup. Goose eggs across the board.
At People's State Bank, we think checking accounts are like SUVs, driving your day-to-day finances wherever life takes you. That's why we offer more features to fuel your lifestyle, like mobile wallet and an app for when you're on the go, and debit card security to protect you from hazards like fraud. If you like horsepower, our Super Saver and interest-bearing checking accounts add an extra boost. The best part? You can open an account without leaving your driveway. Just visit bankpeoples.com today.
I've been playing this game since I was 6 years old. I'm grateful for every coach, teammate, and supporter who invested in me. From the first snap to now my final season in college, football taught me how to work hard, serve others, and the importance of protecting what matters. These lessons don't end on the field. They're the foundation of how I serve my clients today. As your trusted independent insurance advisor, I'm committed to providing great coverage, fair pricing, and service you can count on.
Set to begin our second quarter as the teams swap sides of the field. 4 possessions for the Falcons, nothing to show for it. This is the 4th possession already of the game for the Warriors, with Liam Hygis bouncing his way across midfield. And for the first time tonight, Wisconsin Lutheran is in CUW territory. As Liam Hygis does that, we go down to Wayne Chevy. Wayne?
I have to worry about my hair or makeup today, but ball security is going to be a key, right? The Warriors already got a turnover. As the rain keeps coming down, it's going to be slick. Got to hold on to the ball, make sure you don't turn it over, and move it down for touchdowns and field goals.
Griffith on a keeper. The senior breaks free. 41 yards to the house. A sit, mean, sit dog training touchdown for Nate Griffith. Kept it himself. Did it all himself, and the Warriors break through.
Wow. What a start. What a read by Griffith. They put in a quad formation, kind of got Concordia a little mixed up on how they're going to defend it, and took advantage for a long touchdown run.
There were maybe 2 fingernails that grazed him the entire way down. 6-0 Wisconsin Lutheran. Opening minute of quarter number 2. The PAT is blocked. Oh, they've had trouble with those in the early season so far. And so it'll stay as a 6-0 score. Whether business or pleasure brings you to the Milwaukee area, Sonesta Milwaukee West Wauwatosa offers an experience for all. The hotel, just minutes from the interstate, a quick drive from downtown, and provides an abundance of complimentary parking. Tasteful guest rooms provide a home away from home. Over 6,000 square feet of meeting space, ready to be transformed for your unique gathering. Staying at Sonesta means a short jaunt to AmFam Field, Milwaukee County Zoo, even Raabe Stadium. Sonesta Milwaukee West Wauwatosa, the home of the Warriors' annual Hall of Fame ceremony. We were there last night. 6-0 Wisconsin Lutheran has the lead, and they will kick off here, a Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff.
Going back to that touchdown, that was such a well-conceived play by Coach Treske and the offensive staff to display that new formation that they hadn't shown the entire year, to have Concordia be scrambling around a little bit to make sure they had it covered, and then to have a clean read for Griffith to take the ball and take it in for the end zone. That was well done.
So after a combined 8 possessions in the first quarter, Warriors only need 40 seconds to go 60 yards, and Griffith, a career-long run of 41, 6-0 with the block PAT. Devin Lair, end over end, and Nick Kroll on the receiving end of it. A couple of nice moves there to buy himself extra yardage. And now Concordia will try to answer.
We got to shore up that extra point situation. Those kind of things right now. Now you're as an offensive coach, you're looking, okay, you're down 6. All right, what am I going to dial up 2-point play, or do I try to ride it out for a little while and see if I need to get the 2-point play? It just kind of changes the dynamic. So that's something that really we need to shore up.
Dark clouds swirling around Raabe Stadium. Here's the handoff to Ashar Thomas. Big run for Thomas. In fact, his biggest so far. This one out across the 45. They'll mark it at the 48-yard line. That's a 15-yard run for their leading rusher.
Yeah, he's a really nice back. And, based on what he's done this year, and you can see him right now, he's gaining a little trust in what's going on in the offensive line.
A couple of seasons ago had a big game, one of his best collegiate games against the Warriors with 3 touchdowns. 1st and 10, Funk to throw, has a man. He's got it in stride. It's Jack Bradley, and what an answer by the Falcons. A quick 6 the other way. Sit means sit. Touchdown for the visitors.
Jack Bradley is an impressive-looking athlete, 6'3", 190 pounds, runs really well. This ball is thrown on a line, and he definitely had him by a few yards on that one.
And again, Warriors had their PAT blocked mere moments ago. This is Cole Martin who connects on his. And just like that, 2 plays, 67 yards, 45 seconds. How about a couple of sub-1-minute scoring drives?
Yeah, you see the touchdown throw again, and that was a nice throw and catch right there.
Well, if the first quarter was 2 boxers feeling themselves out to a stalemate, what do you call the last minute and a half?
Yeah, they both got knocked to the mat and got up. Now it's who's going to throw the next one?
Greg Etter, 18th year, a man you know well, good
yes.
friend of yours in the coaching community.
Good friend of mine. I knew Greg when we were both in South Dakota coaching at different schools, and very enjoyable guy to hang with and visit with, and he's done this a long time. I don't admire the shorts right now as much as I do in November when he wears them. Then I'm impressed. That's what I'll tell you.
Well, Pat Miles, I don't know if you caught that. Pat Miles has just come over the loudspeaker here and announced that due to a lightning strike visible here at Raabe Stadium, we have entered a lightning delay. Oh, my friends, a lightning delay here at Raabe Stadium, here with 13:31 to play in the second quarter. And Concordia with that touchdown and PAT leads it 7-6. It's a situation that is not altogether unfamiliar here in southeastern Wisconsin. Carroll University had a lengthy delay earlier today. They were an afternoon kickoff. Even down in Aurora, they had a big delay. By the way, Aurora lost. We'll get into that perhaps as we work our way through this lightning delay. The rule is this. With that lightning delay, you got to wait 30 minutes. And with every subsequent lightning strike in the area,
it's another 30.
You push it off another 30. So the hope would be this will be 30 minutes and no more, which would put us just after 7 o'clock local time to resume, fingers crossed, as the Warriors leave and head to their locker room across the way. The Concordia Falcons head to their locker room, which is on our side and kind of beneath our press box area. Well, they gave us some action there, and like I said, 90 seconds or so.
Yeah, they really did. And, they both came out defensively and played very well. WLC Warriors played very, very well. Concordia Falcons played very well defensively. Offensively, we weren't quite neither team had their feet underneath them, it didn't seem like. And then they got some big strike plays, and I think the feel of the game was changing. It's too bad this happened because I having been in this position, every single person walking to their locker room just hates this because they're revved up, they're warmed up, they're ready to go. If there's one saving grace in this is that they played long enough now that they can go in and talk about what they saw the first half. In fact, with the new rules, they can even look at film and based on what they've seen in the first half. So we'll see how they handle this.
Well, this is how we're going to handle it. We're going to step aside. We'll send it back to My 24 for regular programming. And again, we'll rejoin you just after 7 o'clock local time, just after the top of the hour when we hope to have football. And if not, we'll at least maybe update you on the situation. There you see, early second quarter, Concordia, Wisconsin 7 and Wisconsin Lutheran 6. We'll be back in about 30 minutes with hopefully the resumption of football. You're watching People's State Bank coverage of Wisconsin Lutheran College Warriors football, presented by Legacy Insurance Group. Stick with us.